رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي. Three weaknesses of man mentioned in these three verses. Chapter number 4 verse 28, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls man, and mankind was created weak. خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. In Surah Anbiya chapter 21 verse 37, it states that man was created out of haste. خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ مِنْ عَجَلٍ. And Surah Ma'arij chapter 70 verse 17 says, indeed man was created anxious. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا. So three different verses mention three different weaknesses of man. One says it was weak, one says it was hasty, one says he is anxious. So why do we have this difference? To appreciate the beauty, let's see the context of each verse. Surah Nisa, where it says man was weak, the immediate context, this very verse says, and Allah wants to lighten for you your difficulties. And of course, a weak person is the one who cannot take heavy difficulties, and thus it was appropriate to call man weak. Surah Anbiya, where it says man was created out of haste, this very verse says, I will show you my signs, so do not impatiently urge me, do not be in a haste. And the very next verse also says, and they say, when is this promise? We should be truthful. Again, showing haste, and thus it was more appropriate to call man hasty. And Surah Ma'arij, where it says man was created anxious, the next words are, when evil touches him, impatient, and when good touches him, withholding. Again, the context of anxiety, and even the previous verses talk about him being in a state of anxiety on the day of judgment, where it says the criminal will wish that he could be ransomed from the punishment of that day by his children, by his wife, his brother, his nearest kindred who shelter him, and whoever on earth entirely, so then it could save him. So it's a context of anxiety, trying to save himself, going everywhere trying to save himself. So thus it was appropriate to call man here anxious. Although you could have interchanged these three weaknesses and called man anything in any of the verses, but each weakness of man mentioned appropriately according to its context. Weak where the context is about weakness, hasty where the context is about haste, and anxious where the context is about anxiety. Subhanallah. And this is why this word, the Qur'an, is divine. One of the miracles of the so many miracles in the Quran. May God give us complete conviction in the Quran is the word of God. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.